So in this video, I was going to talk about some of the most powerful steps to attract your soulmate, to attract the ideal relationship into your life, to stop feeling like maybe it's eluding you or you're chasing it, or maybe you're wondering that does it even exist anymore, or maybe you've even made up your mind that it doesn't exist and you're just going to do it on your own, or you set a lower standard for yourself. And in this video, I just want you to have an open mind, because I felt a lot of those feelings and a lot of those emotions. And I did these very powerful steps to attract my ideal relationship, my soulmate. Her name ended up being Ashley, and we ended up having a baby together. And, to be honest, it's better than I ever imagined. And at the time, I really didn't even think it was that possible. And so in this video, I'm going to help you do that exact same thing. So if you enjoy this episode, then be sure to watch this one again. This one might be one you want to watch a couple times. So have an absolutely great day, and let's dive right into this video. So I was thinking, what is it that stops most people from ever attracting their soulmate or their ideal relationship into their life? And if you think about it, what happens is we get so used to it not existing that we get stuck in the familiar, and we convince ourselves that the ideal person might not be out there. Then as a result, we settle, right? Then we lower our standard, or we chase a relationship with someone that isn't the right person, or we're in a relationship and, it's not exactly what we dream of. And you've tried to work on it, it's just not the right one. But we stay in it, because what if this is the best that's out there and then I'm totally alone? And it's an understandable way to look at it. But what we have to ask ourselves is, can I create the space in my life for the ideal person to come in? Now, that means if we're in one right now that isn't ideal, and there seems to be no budge, but we've just set lower standards because we've said, this idea of true love and fairy tale type of stuff, none of that exists. Or the flip side is the universe will do it for you, which happened to me. The person that I met before my wife Ashley, I was chasing this thing. When I really look back on it, I was attracted to them physically. There was emotional and spiritual gaps that the two of us had that were obvious red flags that we weren't going to work, but I just ignored them. And then she ended up breaking up with me, and the universe just did it to me. So you might be in one of those two camps, or you might be in the camp that's just you've been alone. You're like, they're not even out there to begin with. I've done the dating apps, I've done the dates, I've tried, I've been in a bunch relationships, and it's just never been the right one. So what happens out of that is we develop an assumption about reality that the right person probably isn't even out there. And once we develop that assumption about reality, that not only defines our love life, it actually creates our love life. So I want to ask you a question. Do you know that the right person is already out there for you? I don't know where they live. I mean, they might be in Canada, they might be in China, they might be in Peru, they might be in California or New York. They might actually not even be originally speaking the same language as you. They may speak the same language, but they may be their second language. Or maybe you're going to meet them in the grocery store next week. And it's just going to happen. And you're going to turn your head and you're going to feel it. And you're going to, oh my God, that's the one. So my question is, What does it feel like to know that they actually already exist? Because if God is love and God is everything, it's in everything, whatever you want to call it. Alan Watts says you can't get wet by the word water. Let's call it God and say God's synonymous with love. But we could call it God, we could call it spirit, we could call it universe, we could call it just consciousness, right? And we could speak from more scientific quantum physics perspective. Call it whatever you want, but this originating substance of the universe, I would say it's pure love. So that means every single cell of your body, all 100 trillion cells, in your hands, in your face, in your feet, all of those, the core frequency pattern of them is love. So if God is love, and it's manifested in everything, just rationally speaking, your destiny is love. So you have to drop this story and this idea that you're not meant for it, or you're not worthy of it, or you're not good enough for it, or love is pain, or love is too hard, or it's not out there for you because of something you did, or because of something somebody said, or some bad memories. Maybe something a parent did, or something an ex said to you or did to you. And it's just left you thinking that either it's not out there, or you're not deserving, or you're not worthy, or it's not possible. Just drop that idea and remember who you are. You are love, you come from love, and your destiny is love. And if all of that being so, trust me, they're out there. But you've got to step into this camp. You have to suspend your disbelief that you've had and create the space. If you knew that they were coming on August 7th or on December 11th, and you knew you were going to see them in the grocery store or when you went to Mexico or when you were in California, and it was just going to happen while you were ordering your coffee or your donut, and you're just going to turn around and they're going to be right there, and you knew it was going to happen in this beautiful, powerful, mysterious way, how would you feel? My gosh, you'd feel great. You'd have a deeper breath. You wouldn't feel as constricted, would you? You'd be like, yes, finally, I know it. Maybe your chest would be a little bit out there bigger. You wouldn't be worrying. You wouldn't be fretting, and you wouldn't be trying to figure it all out and trying to control the universe and trying to control the infinite source of love and tell it what to do. You already know that it's here, and you already know that it's coming. And when you drop into that level of consciousness, when you drop into that energy, when you drop into that vibration, you become a match for attracting the perfect person into your life. Just like that, you shift to a different frequency plane, and then you start to see things that were always there that you didn't notice. William Blake says, when the doors of perception are cleansed, everything appears as it is infinite. That there actually aren't any limitations. Even in our own love life, some of us aren't meant to have it and some of us aren't. It is love. It's here, available to you, but you have to take a deep breath and claim it and let go of the story. And know you are 100% worthy of love. You're 100% whole. You're 100% complete. You're good enough. So just start to feel that energy right now. And when you start to feel that energy right now, you've kicked it up to a different frequency pattern. And you're going to start noticing different things show up in your life. And if you start to notice those different things, the next step that you can do is write them down on a piece of paper of the ideal qualities of the type of person you want out there. Once you understand they are out there and you start to make the space first in your mind, second in your heart, third in your state of being, then you can start to direct that creative energy a little bit, because love is a creative energy. And when you start to direct that energy, you can make a list of the qualities. And this is what I did next. Next, I made a list after the other woman dumped me, because I finally was like, okay, that person wasn't right. I see it now. So I said, if true love does exist, if true love is out there, if God is creative and infinite in nature, what do I want? So I made this list. I wanted them to be an artist. I wanted them to be creative. The person before wasn't creative, and I wished that they were creative. So I made this list, and I actually just wrote it down. all these qualities. I wanted them to be athletic. I wanted them to have play sports so we could exercise when they were younger. So then they were more into fitness so we could exercise together and go do fun things together. So once you build that list, then just let it go. And then you fall back into that feeling again. And that feeling is love. You don't doubt the list. You don't question the list. You don't go, well, how is it going to happen? And will it happen? And what if I do it and it doesn't happen? Then I'm just let down again. And then the cycle repeats. You just drop it. You could burn the list. You could flush it down the toilet. You could put it on your table. You could tape it on your wall. It's already buried in the subconscious mind, and it's already been asked of God. It will deliver. If you stay in that vibe, if you don't settle, if you keep showing up for yourself, and if you realize you don't need another person to make you happy. And once you've done all those steps, focus on you. Just remember, a relationship can't actually be the thing that makes you happy. It's impossible. If you're seeking that out of a relationship, it'll never work. So remember, this is about you creating your dream reality for the short time that you're here on planet Earth and here in a body. So love and a relationship can amplify building your career, your dream life, but it can't fulfill you in and of itself. And when you remember that, what happens is you take love off a pedestal. You take other people off a pedestal. And you take having the soulmate off a pedestal. And when that happens energetically, it shifts all the focus to realizing you're the creator of your own destiny. You can make yourself happy. You can love yourself. And then you can direct that creative energy into building your dream life. And if you can, now that you've done those previous steps, you've made the list, you've done those previous steps, you let go of the story. Now focus on building your dream life. And when you start stepping onto your purpose, they show up. Like for me, that's how it happened. Eventually she just showed up. I went through these steps and then I said, look, I'm not gonna settle. I'm gonna focus on building the best life ever. I know I'm gonna meet them. And so I'm gonna become as attractive of a individual and life as I possibly can for when I finally meet them. So then I put all my energy into building my dream life, my goals, my career, all these things, my fitness, my health, all these types of things, my spiritual growth, my finding my purpose in life. And then I got a random phone call and somebody said, hey, I got a friend coming into town. His friend has a daughter that lives in a different state. You should probably meet her. I think you'll like her. And I was like, I don't want to meet her. You know, I'm doing my thing. I was so focused on my thing. But I decided to go. And that was how I met Ashley. I wasn't expecting it. I didn't control it. I didn't plan for it. It just happened. And that's what's going to happen to you. So thank you for watching today's episode. If you found it valuable, make sure you hit that like button on this video. You can hug that like button. Some people say you smash the like button. Today you could hug the like button if you want. Give me a comment down below. Let me know what you think of today's episode. Comment down below, maybe say true love exists. Comment down below, true love exists, right there down below. If you haven't yet, make sure you hit that subscribe and bell notification to get notified for future episodes and the next videos. Even if you've been subscribed for a while, the bell notification is what notifies you for new videos. Last but not least, if you haven't yet, right there down below in the description and pinned to the comments, I have a free success hypnosis. It's right there down below, right? Because we've developed all these crazy belief systems. A lot of them are negative, they're redundant, and they're limiting. But we can reprogram our subconscious mind to upgrade our life. And right there down below is my free success hypnosis. I've been using it for like 10 years. It's worked miracles in my life. About 1 million people now, which is crazy in and of itself, have used it. And every day I get these amazing success stories and people sharing stories of miracles coming into their life once they use it and they reprogram their minds. So it's right there down below. It's free. It's my success hypnosis, pinned to the comments and in the description. Remember, true love does exist. Thanks for watching this video. We'll see you next time.